Welcome to the It Factor. We're Jemmy and Nye exploring a new blog post by Mr. Len Kaplan, CEO of CDML, a managed service provider in Queens, NY, offering network management, VoIP and UCaaS, cybersecurity, compliance, IaaS, cloud solutions, and Microsoft 365 and Azure solutions. If you're a small business owner or manage IT for a growing organization, this episode is for you.
That really is quite a list of services there. And for the full business owners listening, maybe some of those acronyms feel a bit like, well, alphabet soup.
Yeah, exactly. It can sound a bit dense. Maybe we should quickly break down the key ones, since they're pretty central to what we're talking about today.
Good idea. Let's just hit the main ones real quick. So VoIP, that's pronounced voice over IP. This means your phone system uses the internet.
Okay, simple enough.
Then you've got UCA, pronounced UCaaS. That stands for Unified Communications as a Service. Think calls, messages, video conferencing, all bundled together.
Right, like a central hub for communication.
Exactly. And finally, IaaS, that's Infrastructure as a Service. Basically, you're renting server space and storage in the cloud instead of buying and managing your own physical boxes.
Perfect. Okay, let's unpack this. The blog post from CDML, it digs into something pretty major financially for businesses buying exactly that kind of tech.
Right.
It's about the permanent return of 100% bonus depreciation. This came about under the One Big Beautiful Bill, or OBBB.
Yeah, the OBBB.
And our mission today really is to show you why this isn't just some minor tax detail. It's actually, well, a potential strategic advantage for your cash flow.
It really is fascinating because the OBBB didn't just, tweak a rule. It fundamentally changed how businesses can treat certain big purchases, specifically capital expenditures or CapEx.
Like buying computer hardware.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Servers, desktops, networking gear. Normally, the government makes you spread the cost, the deduction, over several years. That's called depreciation.
Right. I think I get that. So if I spend, say, $50,000 on a new server setup, I wouldn't just subtract $50,000 from my taxable income this year.
Nope. Not typically. The idea is the server provides value for, let's say, 5 years. So you deduct maybe 20% of the cost each year for those 5 years.
Okay. Kind of like getting the tax benefit back slowly.
Precisely. But this is where it gets really interesting, like you said. We did have something called bonus depreciation for a while, which let businesses write off more up front.
Yeah, but that was fading out, wasn't it?
It was, and quite aggressively. If you look at the bigger picture, that created some pressure. It was 100% back in 2022.
Right.
Then it dropped to 80% in 2023, then 60% just this year, 2024. And the plan was for it to hit only 40% in 2025.
So businesses were kind of rushing purchases, maybe, to beat the deadline?
That's exactly what the CDML post implies. A bit of panic buying, maybe not always aligned with the best long-term IT strategy, just driven by the tax calendar.
And this new law, OBBB, it just wiped that phase out away.
Completely. The new law makes 100% bonus depreciation permanent. That's the key word, permanent. As long as the equipment qualifies and you buy it and put it into service after January 19th, 2025.
Permanence. That feels like a big shift strategically. It takes the pressure off.
It absolutely does. It allows for actual planning, not just reacting to a tax deadline.
So what kind of tech actually qualifies? The CDML blog post mentions specifics. It's not just the giant servers, right?
No, not at all. It covers most of the tangible tech assets a business uses day to day, things with a recovery period of 20 years or less.
Okay, like?
Well, desktops, laptops, servers, definitely. Networking gear like routers and switches. And importantly, it also includes off-the-shelf software.
Off-the-shelf software, too?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, so basically most of the physical tech and standard software you'd buy to run your operations.
Okay, this brings up a really practical question, though. Why should a small business owner who's probably juggling sales, operations, everything else, why should they care so much about when they get this tax deduction?
Ah, that's the million-dollar question, or maybe the $24,000 question based on our earlier math. It boils down to immediate financial impact. It's about your working capital.
Okay, let's run those numbers again, make it concrete. Say I'm running a growing business and I need, I don't know, $100,000 worth of new laptops and maybe a server upgrade this year.
Right. So under the old standard way, 5-year depreciation. Year 1, you deduct $20,000.
$20,000, okay.
Now, if your business is in, let's say, a 30% effective tax bracket, that $20,000 deduction saves you $6,000 in taxes this year.
$6,000, okay. Better than nothing.
But now, under the new permanent 100% bonus depreciation, you deduct the full $100,000 in year 1.
The whole amount.
The whole amount. So same 30% tax bracket. That $100,000 deduction means you save $30,000 in taxes immediately this year.
Okay, wait, so $30,000 saved now versus $6,000 saved now. That's an extra $24,000 that stays in my company's bank account this year.
Exactly. That's the improved cash flow right there. That's money you can use for payroll, for inventory, for marketing, for reinvestment. It's huge.
And it makes justifying that $100,000 spend a lot easier, I imagine. The ROI looks much better up front.
Much better. The return on investment calculation changes dramatically when the tax benefit is immediate, not spread out over 5 years.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. But hang on, what about Section 179? I feel like I hear about that one a lot too. Doesn't that also let you deduct the full cost in year one?
That's a really good point, and yeah, it causes some confusion. Section 179 is still around, and it's definitely useful, especially for smaller purchases.
There's always a but.
Well, there are a couple of key differences, mainly limitations that 100% bonus depreciation doesn't have. Think caps and income limits.
Caps and income limits, meaning what exactly?
Section 179 has a yearly limit on the total amount of equipment you can expense using it. That cap changes sometimes, but there's a limit.
Okay.
Maybe more importantly, your Section 179 deduction can't be more than your taxable business income for the year. So if your business breaks even or reports a loss, you can't use Section 179 to create or increase that loss.
Okay. So if I have a tough year financially, or if I make a really big purchase that goes over the annual cap.
Right, like maybe you invest $2 million in new manufacturing equipment or a massive server farm refresh, Section 179 might not cover all of it.
But 100% bonus appreciation, that doesn't have those limits.
Correct. It's generally uncapped in terms of the total purchase amount, and critically, it can create or increase a net operating loss, which you might be able to carry forward to offset future profits.
I see. So for those bigger, maybe less frequent but significant IT investments, this permanent 100% bonus depreciation is really the more powerful, more flexible tool.
That's generally the case, especially for small to mid-sized businesses making those substantial upgrades. And because it's permanent now, you can actually plan for it strategically, aligning major purchases with your tax years without hitting those caps or income restrictions.
Okay, the financial side seems pretty clear then. Big win for cash flow, easier ROI justification. But the CDML blog post really hammered home that the tax break is, well, only half the story.
Oh, absolutely. And this is crucial. Getting a tax break on a bad purchase is still a bad purchase. Buying the wrong server or deploying it badly just because it comes with a deduction, that's not smart business.
Yeah, that seems obvious when you say it like that.
So the discussion really has to shift from just accounting to actual IT strategy. The whole point CDML seems to be making is that this permanent tax benefit should enable better, more strategic IT decisions, not just trigger opportunistic buys.
So how do they suggest businesses do that? What makes an IT purchase strategic in this context?
Well, they outline basically 4 key areas where businesses need to be smart to really leverage this, beyond just claiming the deduction.
Okay, let's break those down. What's the first one?
First up is a proper needs assessment. And this isn't just about, what's the fastest laptop. It's about really understanding your business goals, your workflows, your growth projections, and then choosing the right servers, desktops, network gear that actually aligns with those goals. For example, if your 5-year plan involves moving heavily to cloud services,
then buying a massive, expensive on-premise server right now might be a terrible idea, even with the tax break.
Precisely. That's wasting capital, regardless of the deduction. So, needs first.
Makes sense. What's the second pillar they mentioned?
Planning. Specifically, planning your IT upgrade cycles now that you have the stability of permanent 100% depreciation.
Because the phase-out risk is gone.
Exactly. You're not forced to upgrade in Q4 just because the bonus percentage is dropping next year. You can create a realistic multi-year IT roadmap.
So you can replace things when they actually need replacing, based on performance or security EOL dates.
Right. It allows for much smoother budgeting, better resource allocation, and you avoid the disruption of rushing upgrades just for tax reasons.
Okay, that leads right into the third point, which feels incredibly important today: security and compliance.
Absolutely critical. We see it happen. Companies rush to deploy shiny new hardware to grab that deduction.
And forget to lock it down properly.
Or they cut corners on configuration, patching, security hardening. The CDML analysis is clear. Every single new system has to be deployed with security and compliance baked in from the start.
Let's just think about the risk there. We talked about saving, $30,000 in taxes on a $100,000 purchase? What's the potential cost if that new, maybe rushed server deployment leads to a data breach for a small business?
Oh, the numbers are scary. Depending on the study, you're easily looking at hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
You factor in forensic investigation, recovery, potential regulatory fines, notifying customers, reputational damage.
So you save $30K on taxes, but expose yourself to a potential $250,000 or more liability because you didn't implement proper security or compliance checks.
That $30,000 tax saving disappears pretty fast in that scenario, doesn't it?
Yeah, instantly.
Yeah.
So the lesson is use the tax advantage to fund better IT practices, including security, not as an excuse to skip them.
Couldn't say better. And their final point ties it all together. Lifecycle management. Thinking about the entire life of the asset. From choosing it, needs assessment, planning its deployment, planning, securing it, security compliance, all the way through to eventually decommissioning it securely.
So knowing when old gear is retired, ensuring data is wiped or migrated safely, tracking assets for audits.
Exactly. It closes the loop, ensures you're managing technology efficiently and responsibly from cradle to grave.
Okay, so wrapping this all up, what's the big picture here for a small business owner listening to this?
Well, the final thought in Mr. Kaplan's blog post really nails it. By aligning your IP strategy, the needs assessment, the planning, security, lifecycle management with this new permanent 100% bonus depreciation.
You get kind of a triple win.
That's a great way to put it. You improve your cash flows significantly, you lower your overall tax burden, and you end up with better, more secure, up-to-date IT systems that actually support your business goals.
So it shifts IT spending. It's not just a cost center anymore. It becomes a strategic investment with a direct, immediate financial payback baked in.
Right. And the permanence is key. It standardizes the incentive. Now, every sensible tech investment you make after Jan 19, 2025 automatically comes with this maximum upfront tax benefit. It encourages staying current and secure without that frantic deadline pressure we saw before.
So if you are planning computer or server purchases, really any significant IT spend in 2025 or beyond,
Now is the time.
now is definitely the time to
Yeah.
be thinking about it. Not just technically, but strategically from a tax perspective, too. You need that unified approach.
Absolutely. And hey, if you found this deep dive helpful, please do click that thumbs up button. It really helps others find the discussion.
Yeah, please do.
And maybe here's a final thought for you to mull over. Does this permanent 100% bonus depreciation for purchases, CapEx, change the calculus versus subscription-based IT, like IAK or UCS, OpEx, which are already deductible as operating expenses? Where's the balance now for flexibility versus ownership? Something to chew on for your 2025 planning.
Ooh, good question. Definitely something to consider.
Yeah.
Till next time.